coast to coast, Maine to California. The fallout is unfathomable, and two moms want you to know their reality.
Dear Mom and Dad.
Thank you, Mom and Dad.
I'm sorry I'm such a burden on everyone.
I just couldn't take it anymore.
After about a year, I won't be much of a thought anymore.
I want you to know I tried so hard to fight it, but I wasn't strong enough.
Only the strong make it through life, and I was not strong enough.
Please don't blame yourselves. It'll all be okay.
Thank you, Mom and Dad, for taking care of me for so long. I love you guys and everyone else in the family.
It'll never be okay.
London was a happy-go-lucky child. She loved animals. She loved nature.
Spencer was a very energetic little boy. He was always a little goofball.
When she wasn't playing volleyball or hanging out with friends, she spent a majority of her time just drawing.
He was always watching football. He was working out.
When the pandemic started, she missed her friends.
When he found out school wasn't opening, that was a big bummer.
London was spending a little more time in her room.
Month after month, my son changed. He went from working out to couch potato.
On September 19th,
December 3rd,
London and I spent a really good day together.
We were celebrating his older sister's birthday.
I made her fettuccine Alfredo from scratch, and she ate 2 bowls of it.
He took an extra large piece of cake, and he went downstairs and said goodnight, just like he always does every night, and that was the last we saw of him. The next morning,
London was not up for school.
I told my husband, Jay, to go wake up Spencer. He's overslept again.
Her dad went to check on her. I heard him screaming, "Wake up, wake up." And I said, "What is wrong?" And he said, "London's dead." And I ran in her room and I jumped on her bed and I shook her and she was ice cold and her arms were stiff and she had blue streaks in her face and she was gone. I just cried. And then just couldn't believe he did that. I just didn't want to move. My son was gone and I wasn't going to see him again.
Heather and her husband, John, they're joining us from Washington. Angela and her husband, Jay, are in Brunswick, Maine. Thank you all for being here today. You know, I got to tell you, that's really tough to watch. It just is very tough. As a parent, you know, I cannot begin to imagine what you've been through. Heather and John, when people say to you, did you miss the signs or the things you ignored? I mean, what do you say to that?
I don't think we missed any signs. I was always very open with her talking about mental health, and I was constantly asking her if she was okay and how is she doing with, you know, the isolation from her friends and also the Zoom learning. She just hid it.
We have never had a situation like we're seeing today with literally kids' lives being taken away from them, the school part, the social aspect, the athletics. So to you, Angela and Jay, what about you? Were there any red flags? And did you think the pandemic had changed Spencer's behavior that dramatically?
He was still a goofball. He just kept joking around. He just always had a smile on his face. And there was no signs.